Another thing to keep in mind when we get to the beginning of a year, anytime the calendar year rolls over, here once we get to the end of January, if you're working inside the United States, either as the petitioner or the immigrant, you will start receiving your W-2s and your 1099s and all those tax forms that you're going to need to file your tax return. Now, taxes aren't actually, the deadline isn't generally, it's not until approximately April 15th of each year. I didn't look up the exact date that it's set for this year, and I think we might have, I don't know if we're going to have an extension based on the pandemic, which we did last year, an across the board extension. However, the reason I'm bringing it up is because if you have an immigration case pending, there are some important things to keep in mind that you wouldn't have to worry about if you were just like any other US citizen filing your taxes for tax purposes. So with immigration cases, there are several points in the process where you actually need to prove your income, how many people you're financially supporting, and you need to file your taxes. So even if your taxes aren't due, say you're at a point, you reach a point in your case and it's February or March, for example, and so the IRS does not even require your taxes to have been filed yet. Immigration is notorious for still requiring them early. So what they tend to do is send out a request for evidence or stop you at that phase until you get the taxes filed, which I think seems really crazy because it's like, it's not even due yet. How can you require this? But I'm telling you guys this now because we love to give you guys a heads up about everything you can possibly do to keep your immigration process going more smoothly. And so we're giving you the, hey, in the next week, you're going to start getting tax return related documents. And it would be a good idea, since you're going through an immigration case, for you to file as soon as you possibly can, just so you have those documents if you're asked for them, or if you reach that point in your case that there won't be any delay that can be attributed to something you could have done. And so we always request all of our clients to please, as soon as is practicable, file your tax returns for the year. So really, this is a year you want to start filing early, as early as you can, get those 2020 numbers together. There are some cases of people who have maybe very complex businesses or things like that, and it's really not possible for them to get their taxes in, in sooner rather than later. And that's kind of we'll deal with that on a case-by-case basis. If that's your situation, don't freak out about that. But if you can, if you're just one of those people that takes a couple of W-2s down and, to H&R Block or whatever and gets it done, just do that early this year. So that's your heads up and your tip of the day for that.